thinking. All right, let's start here. Good morning, beloveds. This is the last day I'm doing this until Tuesday. I have a family thing to go to. I have, my cousin died back in February. Her funeral is this Saturday. Memorial celebration of life. Okay. There's a Catholic thing for it, and whatever it is, I don't know what it is. So, but that's what I'm going to. So I'm leaving today for, Kentucky. Don't worry about the boys. Tom is good. Tom will be here. Tom is staying, to take care of the boys. So the boys will be fine. Dante will be fine. I'm not going to take this. I'm not going to do this. I'm taking this time to be with my family. So, yeah, like if I was going on vacation, that'd be different. Yeah, I'd figure it out, but I'm not. So I'm respectfully going to spend this time with my family, and, I will see you when I get back. So, but we are here to do this today. So, yeah, housekeeping. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center. Website is creativelife.org. Email is info@creativelife.org. Social medias are Creative Life Spark and Creative Life Spiritual Center and Creative Life Creative Life Spark. And then I'm the running Ryan across the social medias that I am on. I'm abbreviating this because we've got kind of a long one. I'm running a little bit behind. Yeah, I didn't go to bed until 1:30 and I packed this morning, so we're not going to talk about that. Now, my flight is not until 4:30, but so I've got some time. But I am going to go to work for a couple of hours. So, a new design for living. This is the process of science of mind. Ernest sat down with Willis Kinnear and said, okay, this is how we do this. This is how and why. The what, that's between you and the divine. But, so that's what we're doing. And today we're going to do the 4 steps of creative life, or so the 4 steps of creative thinking. Literally, he's about to tell you the steps of treatment. So here we are. Okay. Again, just a little discombobulated. So 4 steps in creative thinking. What are the requisites for the constructive use of our thought? Experience has shown that usually an effective prayer or spiritual mind treatment in some way incorporates within it these 4 elements: recognition, identification, declaration, and acceptance. But before we discuss these 4 steps, we need to remember that they are but suggestions. They are not hard and fast rules that must be followed. Okay? We like to call them scaffolding. They are a framework that helps you build your building until you don't need it anymore. Okay? 1 or all 4 may be used. There is no formula involved, no ritual to repeat. Now, if you take practitioner training, oh yeah, there is. There is definitely a formula, and you better follow the formula. But outside of that specific space, you can do it however you want. Now, if you do become a practitioner and are working with clients, there is an expectation. If you end up doing Sunday services, there is an expectation. So, just so you know, all right? But this is Ernest himself saying, you can use 1 or all of them or none of them. It is entirely up to you how you do this, okay? There is only an easy, consistent flow of thoughts that is convinced of the truth of the content involved. Famed medical researcher Alexis Carrel, in commenting on prayer, wrote, "Prayer should be understood not as a mere mechanical recitation of formula, but as a mystical elevation, an absorption of consciousness in the contemplation of a principle, both permeating and transcending our world." Okay. I like that mystical elevation. We'll keep that one. The manner in which each will be able to use and direct their thought in constructive and beneficial channels will have to be worked out individually. Okay? The results forthcoming will verify the rightness of how each uses the creative power of their thought. There is no time, no place, no condition or situation that is more appropriate than another in the use of thought as affirmative prayer. In other words, there's no big and there's no small. It doesn't matter. And there's no great and common. There's no, whatever it is, be it some little everyday thing or some great big calamity, all of it counts. You can use affirmative prayer for all of it. You can use affirmative prayer to affirm the good that you have flowing into your life. You don't just have to use it when you have a problem. Okay? Let's see. Prayer has had immediate manifestation, the answer, in the midst of confusion and disaster. It has also had results that came from moments of peace and quiet. Most people found it helpful to be alone, to be quiet, to be removed from distracting surroundings, to have the mind free of a sense of pressure and worry and tension. Okay, yeah, that's the easiest way to do prayer. The point of practicing and doing it every day is so that you can do it in moments of confusion and disaster. When something happens, if you have a well-worn path, then you can immediately drop into that space and do it. Okay? That's the point of practicing every day. All right. Now, let us consider how the 4 elements are usually contained in prayer that works in a thought that is creative. Recognition. We know that there is one life. That life is God. There is one creator, one creation, one law, one intelligence, one ultimate reality. It is good, whole, perfect, and complete, harmonious. Okay. You can use any of those words, all of those words, or none of those words. Whatever rings true for you. A lot of us do use that one life. Identification. This is number 2. We identify ourselves with God. I am that which thou art. Thou art that which I am. The Father and I are one. There needs to be a conscious intelligence, sensing and feeling of the divine presence within us and as what we are. We are a creation of God and we are expressing God. There is no separation between us and God. We are one. Now, here's one of the things about this. Frequently, what we are doing is talking ourselves into this space. So you can use as many words or as few words as you need to. Sometimes, depending on what I'm doing, I don't need the first 2 steps. I'm already there. If I am on platform on Sunday, or if I am working with a client, there's an expectation. So I will do those steps. And some days I'm not feeling it. So I will do those steps. Everybody's different. But that is the point of practice. Okay. Number 3, declaration. There is a definite and specific action and movement of intelligence through thought, word, or idea for some definite purpose or person. I speak my word for. Okay, when we're treating for a specific person, I speak my word for. Not supplication, wishing, hoping, or begging, but a concrete declaration of fact, a specializing of universal good in some way. Oh my God, that's a good one. A specializing of universal good in some way. That's a really good line right there. Where did he say that? Okay. Okay. We are still on number 3. There is definitely established in thought the spiritual level of cause and creativity, a complete idea. An idea to which we may mentally point and know its reality as though we were pointing to the sun and saying, there is the sun. We know that such a declaration of an idea is God speaking its word in us, God being an active agent in its own creation. Okay? That's interesting. I like it. Okay, number 4. Acceptance. Now, he doesn't use gratitude and release here. He's going with acceptance, but I'm assuming that gratitude and release are included in here. But let's find out. Acceptance. We accept our declaration, the word we have spoken, as being manifest now. No delay is involved between the cause and its appearance in effect. We accept that our word, the declaration we have made, is the supreme intelligence speaking through us, and that according to the nature of the way it works through law, our word automatically manifests in accord with the law. And in our acceptance of the reality of this good as tangible effect in our experience, we give thanks that it is so, that as we now believe, it is done unto us. Okay? Now, one of the things about acceptance, we're doing this in present tense. We are saying, this is my reality now. And that can be kind of hard, especially when it's something that probably is going to take a little bit of time to show up. So my way of dealing with that is to remember that everything that is good already exists in the mind of God. So even if I can't see that good right here, right now in front of me, I know it exists in the mind of God. Therefore, I can speak it in the present tense, and I can accept it in the present tense because I know it already exists in the mind of God. If that is helpful for you, please use it. It's one of the things that got me over the hump of speaking in present tense. Okay, let's see what his wrap-up is. There is nothing involved or complicated in any of this, but it does require a clear mind and direct thinking, which is the point of practice, okay? Clear mind, direct thinking. The more you practice, the easier it gets. No wandering thoughts. How long can we think consistently about one idea? 5 seconds, 10 seconds. The only willpower or effort involved should be in keeping our attention focused on what we want to be focused on. And the good news is really honestly, you only have to do it in the space of the prayer, in the space of the treatment. Once you release it, once you've accepted it and release it, you don't have to focus on it with the intensity that you do in that moment. Okay. So we are not white knuckling this. All right. This is largely a matter of practice, of habit, in which we become progressively more efficient. For some people, there's a feeling that just to say that God is all there is a prayer or a spiritual mind treatment. Meister Eckhart says, if the only prayer you ever say is thank you, it will be enough. Ernest is saying the same thing. If you only speak the name of God and that's enough for you, you're good. Some of us need a few more words. Some people need a lot of, like people who love words, they will write long and beautiful treatments. If you've ever read like Jesse is a fantastic writer. His treatments are beautiful. He doesn't need all of those words. He does not, but he loves words. Sharon is another one, a practitioner. She is also a writer. Her written treatments are beautiful for the same reason. She's a good writer. Okay. This is not really a creative prayer or treatment, but rather a preliminary one, a sort of getting one's consciousness focused on God. Okay. This is only the first step, a recognition. To say there is one life and that life is God. That's what a lot of science of mind ministers use because it's Ernest Holmes' words. Does not become a treatment until this idea is connected with the person, situation, or condition for which the treatment is given. Okay. That's a good note. It's an excellent meditation. The first 2 steps are meditation. Really, honestly, when you add that 3rd step in, that's where you get to creative prayer. It must always be remembered that our word or treatment, the declaration of the spiritual reality of our idea, is acted upon by a power greater than we are, acted upon by the infinite creative intelligence at the level of the belief and conviction we have in the words we have spoken. Which is why it's really important to use words that are meaningful to you. Especially if like somebody writes you a treatment and you read the treatment, if a word doesn't ring true to you, change the word. It's not going to hurt their feelings. And it will make that treatment work better for you. So, because you've got to believe in those words. So use the words that are meaningful to you. There needs to be in our consciousness, back of the words we speak, a complete conviction that there is one life flowing through everything, never congested, never caught in any form of negation, which is why Jesse says we go to the place where nothing has ever been wrong. We go to the place in treatment. We go to the place where nothing has ever been wrong. And we bring that energy back into the messy material world that we live in. Okay? One last paragraph and then we're done because I really got to go. In affirmative prayer or spiritual mind treatment, we must realize that there will always be an automatic reaction to the words spoken and declared at the level of feeling and conviction embodied in it. That the one who prays does not really make anything happen. That is really, really, really important. Okay? That the one who prays does not really make anything happen. They merely provide the channel through which things must happen. Okay? So that's one of those things where I learned, you know how we say, not my will, but thy will be done? That's what we're talking about here. Not my willpower. I am not using my willpower to make this happen. I am being the channel for the will of the divine for it to happen. Not my will, but thine. I'm not using my willpower. I'm using the willpower of something much greater than I am to do this. Okay? Not my power. Divine power. This is the meaning of the law and the word. The word is spoken spontaneously while the law reacts mathematically. How could we ever expect anything to come out of a prayer or treatment unless it was already embodied in it? In thought, in meaning, in clarity of conviction. Okay, so the next article is The Great Experiment. So we will, like I said, I'm going to Louisville. I'm going to go be with my family for this celebration of life. I will pick this back up on Tuesday of next week. So you just gotta bear 4 days, and then we will get back to this. But that's a lot. So I'm going to give you 4 days to think about it. All right, beloveds. I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a you got this day. Let's wrap this week up day. Let's, if it rains, go dance in the rain, but stay out of the thunderstorms. Drink plenty of water. Cuddle your fur babies. If you are traveling like I am, journey safely. Day. Make sure you make time to sit down and rest day. Let's take care of business day. Tell somebody you love them day. Know that it's going to be okay day. Whatever it is day. A good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough. Just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, an absolutely beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. All right. And as Reverend Jesse likes to say, remember that you are a godling. Okay? Explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good is all the divine knows. And from there, anything is possible. All right. I love you. I'll see you when I get back. Reverend David should be on sometime this afternoon. And Connie, I see you. Thank you very much. I'm probably not going to make philosophy